Welcome back to Fast RC, buddy. My name is Ryan. Today's episode of RC Weekly, we have price drops from Traxxas, new models from Arrma, Team Associated, and Vanquish. Plus, we have some new models on sale this week, so stick around and I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Alright, that took like 6 different takes to get that intro right. Anytime I gotta throw something different in there, like price increases or decreases, totally messes everything up. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the first topic. So first off, we're going to start off with Traxxas, and I thought this was definitely newsworthy and something that is worthy of headlining RC Weekly for this week. If you've been following my channel or RC Weekly, gosh, we're coming up on 6 months already, guys. Crazy. If you've been following me for any amount of time that 6 months, you know that in RC Weekly we talk a lot about pricing, price data, price increases, price drops, sales. I got whole segments dedicated to sales. And so this one felt like big news with me for Traxxas. So this week, this last week, they just announced that they're going to have new low prices on some of their BL-2S vehicles. And that is especially interesting because on this very show, maybe like 3 months ago, I talked about how they raised the prices on all the BL-2S models 10%, like across the board. Can't remember exactly what episode that was, but I know it was on here. Anyways, a lot of those same models that were, had the price increases of 10% look like they've now come back down. And it's pretty interesting to see just how far they've fallen in price. But in particular, I'm not going to go into all the price details. I'm actually going to say that for the current sales section, so I won't bore you here in the new updates. But take a look at the website. I know I'm going to have it rolling on the screen, but a lot of our favorite models like Stampede 2-wheel drives, the Bigfoots are in there, the Rustlers, Slash 2-wheel drives, 4x4 Slashes with BL-2S model also seeing a discount. So take a look at their website. A lot of prices have been decreased now. The one that kind of cracks me up is the Fortec 3.0 Supra, because I've been talking about that thing on the summer sale for like weeks, being at $341, and then now it's just got a new low price of $330. Like, it's just kind of funny. But anyways, shout out to Traxxas. It's nice to see that, after pumping those prices up, probably because of like economic issues, it's nice to see them now start to dip back down. And overall, I think it's just nice for the 1/10 scale. These are all 1/10 scales, obviously. So 1/10 scale landscape to see the pricing of these models be a little bit more competitive. So take a look at that. I definitely thought it was like worthy of headlining for this episode. It's always nice when we get price decreases instead of the price constantly getting cranked up on us. So anyways, that's all I got for that update. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. All right, so I know I kind of riffed on that last segment, but let's go ahead and keep it tight for the next one. So new release from Arrma is the Quake 223s 2-wheel drive monster truck, and I spent like a ton of time over this last week talking about it. In particular, if you want to see my detailed breakdown of the Quake 223s, you can find that pinned up here in the video. I'll make sure it's attached, but I'll keep it short. It looks like another fantastic release from Arrma. It's coming in at $269.99. It's basically a 223s monster truck built off of the Gorgon platform. So it's almost like a Gorgon 223s in a sense, except it's got a different body on it. It's got a more pickup style C10 truck body with like an earthquake theme, which is kind of cool. I like all the colors: green, purple, red. They all look fantastic. Looks like this thing is crazy fast out of the box. Can push over 50 miles an hour on 3S, which in my opinion is probably a little bit too fast for that truck. But hey, I mean, it can do it. Big thing to note here. So this segment is not a complete rehash. So if you want to try to get a deal on this truck, you actually can pull off a deal. If you go to A-Main Hobbies and you go to pre-order this truck, this is the one Arrma vehicle on the site that allows coupon codes. So I don't know, I found it, it works, I put it in my checkout box. I'm actually gonna go ahead and buy it. Like, I'm gonna get it. So anyways, you can apply coupon codes to this. And the one that I have on the screen, you can see that I applied the $15 off coupon code, so it works. So if you want to pre-order it and get like a small discount on it, you can actually go ahead and do that this week. My guess is that'll probably go until the pre-order runs out, and then once the vehicle is released, no more coupon codes. That's my guess. I don't know that for sure, but just speculating. Anyways, looks like another home run from Arrma. I'm excited about it, but let's go ahead and get to the next update. All right, and the next new vehicle is from Vanquish. Looks like we get the VS410 Portal Phoenix, and honestly, like just from first glance, this thing looks pretty cool, and it's coming in at a pretty decent price considering that it's from Vanquish. It even comes with the weighted front portals, which I thought was pretty slick, and then the body and the body color in particular is just like really, really nice. Like I'm a big fan of green, the green with the gunmetal and the yellow highlights. So nice release from Vanquish. There's tons of videos out there if you guys want to check out the specifics of it. I know I don't really dabble too much in the crawling side, but I know a good thing when I see it. And that looks like a pretty good bundle. And also that's going to end up on the price tracker dashboard if you want to check that out later on at fastrc.net. Let's go ahead and get to the next update. All right, and the last new release from Team Associated, the Las Vegas Edition RC10. We got another new RC10, but this one is special because it's black and gold Vegas theme. And from what I saw, it looks like you can only buy this if you're participating in the race event at Las Vegas for Team Associated. So, interesting. I'm a sucker for black and gold though, so I don't have an RC10, but I like this one, black and gold. So pretty cool release. Looks like it's probably going to be a special edition, might be kind of hard to come by. Anyways, cool to see from Team Associated. Let's go ahead and get to the next update. All right, and last update here is from Proline. They're releasing some new bodies for the LMT, and this is the Brunt body. Pretty cool, nice like pickup cab type body, but they also come in tough colors. So they're already pre-painted, and that kind of makes sense for LMTs. Like if you're gonna beat the crap out of them, why even paint it? Just go pick up a tough color body, slap some stickers on it, and call it a day. Anyways, that's a new release from Proline. So that's all I got for updates. Let's go ahead and get to the sales. All right, let's save some cash. So first up, we're gonna talk about what sales are currently going on right now, and then we're gonna go brand by brand and talk about which vehicles are on sale. Of course, I'm gonna cover everything from like Traxxas, Arrma, Losi. But in the Traxxas section, we'll talk about the price drops of the BL-2S. I'll go over all those, and you'll get to see all the fancy graphs that I put up. So first up, from Arrma Hobbies, they have the Hot August Steals is still going on, so you're going to want to check that daily to see if something comes up. I think today is an HPI rally car, so if you want to check that out, I think it's $70 off. But every day, check that out. There's different vehicles popping up, or parts, or even tools. So it's kind of nice if you want to check that out from Arrma Hobbies. And then from Horizon Hobbies, they have the So Long Summer Sale. And I'm going to cover the main vehicles, the main surface vehicles that are covered in that sale in this upcoming segment. But go ahead and check it out. Horizon Hobbies, So Long Sale. A lot of aircrafts, planes, but there are a few vehicles that we're going to talk about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. All right, so first up, we're going to talk about Traxxas, and so we'll go ahead and put the list up on the screen. If you're interested in checking out this list, you can go to fastrc.net to get the full breakdown of all the sales that are active as of today. And so diving into this, we're going to start off at the top, and first up, we have the Traxxas / two-wheel drive BL-2S kit. So this is an assembled or ready to assemble kit. I don't know if this is not a permanent price decrease, I don't think, but this thing is on sale for $229.95. That's a pretty big discount, 23%. I kind of wonder if that's going away. But anyways, a pretty good discount there, $229.95 for the kit version BL-2S Traxxas /. Behind that, this one I do know is on clearance, a Stampede BL-2S. The green color is $227.99. I've been talking about that for the last few weeks. Next up, the Bigfoot #1 BL-2S. This, I believe, is just the lower price. So like this probably is permanent. 14% off at $249.95. We have the Fortec 3.0 BL-2S, which is now has a lower price, $329.95. So basically, a lot of these that I'm going to talk about now, the BL-2S models have their new everyday lower price, which I mentioned in the first segment. Behind that, we have the Bigfoot. This is the Bigfoot BL-2S, $329.95. This is actually the 4x4 version, so that's kind of cool to see that actually go down in price. Pretty nice truck. Then we have the Jado BL-2S at $329.95. We have the Slash VXL two-wheel drive for $331. That's actually a clearance model there, and that's the VXL version, $331.04. And then we have the Slash BL-2S HD, which is on sale for the new low price at $269.95. So we got all the colors on those, along with the Ford Raptor version on now new price is $289.95. And then we have the Ford Fiesta 4x4 BL-2S, which the price has been lowered to $329.95. Honestly, with the percentage decrease, that Bigfoot is looking like a really good deal. All things considered. And then we have the Rustler 4x4 BL-2S for $329.95, along with the Slash 4x4 for $329.95, and then we have the Rustler 2-wheel drive BL-2S for $249.95, along with the Stampede 2-wheel drive for $249.95. And then a couple models down here of the TRX4 trail crawlers, the 79 Bronco and the 79 Chevy. Those are $30 off right now. I don't know if those are permanent prices per se or if they're just on sale. But yeah, you can kind of see if you look at the dashboard, a lot of the prices that were decreased anywhere in the neighborhood from 7 to 10% roughly. With, in my opinion, probably the best deal on here is the Bigfoot 4x4 that's now on sale for, pull that up, I think it's $329.95. Yeah, that's a 13% discount off of, that thing was a $380 truck, so pretty good deal there. I like that one, so let me know what you guys think. Let's go ahead and get to the next brand. All right, next up is Arrma, and there's not too much to talk about on Arrma. If you go take a look at the list, there's a bunch of Gorgons. Those have been they're not on sale. They're actually the new low price. They actually decreased the price on the Gorgons 9% across the board. But the one vehicle that is on sale this week is for the So Long Summer Sale Horizon Hobbies, is the Arrma Big Rock 4x4 223s, 15% off at $339.99. Pretty good deal there for a Big Rock. So not bad, all things considered. And so that's it for Arrma. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next update. All right, next up for Axial, there's a couple vehicles on here we've been talking about already. The UTB Capra, or UTB 18 Capra, which I believe is clearance and is down to $182.99, 34%. Like, that's a discontinued model, but still available at like 34% off, so pretty good deal. But part of the So Long Summer Sale, the SCX24 Lexus GX is discounted 31% at a $109.99. That's a pretty good deal for that truck in particular. 30%, almost on discontinued watch maybe. So 31%, that's a lot. And then next up we have the Axial Helimon 2.2 is 11.5% off at $529.99. It's a pretty good deal there. And so that's it for Axial. Let's go ahead and get to Losi. All right, with Losi, the first up is the 8XE 2.0 combo. This is a nitro electric combo buggy, which is on sale for 28.5% off at $499.99. That's a part of the So Long Summer Sale. Outside of that, the Losi Pro Motos and Super Motos are still on sale. Like I've been saying for the last like 4 or 5 weeks, this is the only time I've ever seen the Super Moto on sale, and it's still on sale right now for about 50 bucks off if you want to check that out. But that's it for Losi. All right, so those are the only brands that I'm going to cover for this segment. But I will give you guys a heads up that on Element RC, there's a bunch of vehicles on sale this week. There's so many to go through, like it's like almost all of them. I won't go through them here, but if you want to check them out at fastrc.net, or if you want to go to like A-Main Hobbies or something and check them out, they have a bunch of models on sale. The Senderos, Bushidos, Ectos, those go on sale like periodically, but it looks like a lot of them are about 15% off. So if you want to check those out, same thing with Team Associated, they always have a bunch that are on sale if you want to check those out as well. But that's all I got for sales. Let's go ahead and get to the Scratch and Dent. Welcome to my favorite section of Scratch and Dents. Let's go ahead and dive into it because we have a pretty big list this week. A lot of these models are just kind of hanging around. And so first up, we have the Kyosho MR03. This is the #1 body on sale for $148.99. That's just under 15% off. That's seen like an $11 price dip, which is nice. Team Associated RC10 DR 2-wheel drive Dakar Rally racing car is 13% off at $330.99. Then we have the Red Cat Ascent 18 on sale for 11.5% off at $114.99. Followed by a new addition to the list, Losi NASCAR 24, number 24 on sale for 10%, almost 11% off at $222.99. Followed by another NASCAR on sale, number 5, on sale for $222.99. And then we have another Kyosho Mini Z that's on sale. This is the number 3 body Toyota for $157.99, just under 10% off. Followed by another Red Cat Ascent 18 that's on sale for just under 10% off at $171.99. We have a Red Cat Everest Gen 7 on sale for $291.99, just over 8.5% off. We have a Traxxas TRX4 truck on sale here, about 8% off at $367.99, followed by a Traxxas Bandit for $183.99, about 8% off, and another Losi NASCAR. So it looks like we got two of them. Another number 24 and a number 5 for $230.99, so a little bit more expensive. Maybe the box is less beat up or something. And then we have a Traxxas Fortec 2.0 on sale for $251.99, followed by another TRX4. This one's a 2021 Ford Bronco for $484.99, and then we have a RC10 custom 6x6. This is a cool truck. It's the orange like semi looking truck for $368.99. I believe that's a kit. Yeah, it is semi truck kit for 3% off. And then we have the Axial SCX3 base camp for $310.99, and then followed by a couple of TRX4 High Trail editions. One's a Chevy K10 and then a Chevy K5, 0% off, $549.95. So that was a mouthful. That was a lot. That list is like getting huge right now. So that's kind of interesting. We'll have to see how long it takes for some of those to sell. But one truck I noticed that is not on there is the Red Cat Custom Hauler. It's gone. So I gotta go check and see how many weeks that thing has been, how long it made it. I think it was like a 12 or 13 week truck on the scratch and dent list. So it was probably the new record. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys for RC Weekly. I hope you guys got something out of this video. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. If you could, go ahead and like and subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.